Hello there everyone, welcome back to the kitchen for another episode of What's It Cooking. What am I going to make? No one knows. So let's just see what we've got and see where it goes. Oh, look at that salad. Well, 10 minutes work in the kitchen and you've got yourself one just like it. In order to make this, we're going to need tomatoes, avocado, sun-dried tomatoes, a bowl, a lime, some wild rocket, some spinach, some kale, some lettuce that I've completely forgot the name of, but any lettuce will do, it's just an extra green leaf, some celery, cucumber, red cabbage, and some more lettuce. I've got a bit of iceberg there and a bit of parsley just for flavour. You're going to need some herbs as well. And I've got a bit of homemade mustard there which I'm going to use just because it's really nice. So let's start off by chopping up the iceberg. Then I'm going to chop up the kale, just give it a quick snip up basically. It's just because the pieces are smaller, as kale's quite tough. We do want it, at least a little bit small, so you're not chewing on, big tough bits. You really get the flavour that way. And then I get the baby leaf spinach, and I get that in there and just give it all a bloody good mix round, because the better the mix you give it, the better obviously. Then I get the other lettuce, which I completely forget the name of. I get that in there and chop up the cucumbers. So I just slice that up really quickly and get that in there. Give it a bloody good mix round, get that all done, and then it's cabbage time. So we get the red cabbage and we chop it up reasonably well, and then crunch it up in the bowl just to make sure that it's all small bite-sized pieces, because that's pretty much what we want. And once that's done, we'll get that in there and then we give it a good mix, of course, and then sprinkle in some golden linseeds, some sesame seeds, and give that a good mix round. So then we move on to the celery, get rid of the white bits on the end because I don't particularly like them, and then we just snip up the rest of it. So once all that's sliced and taken care of, we give it a bit of a chopping up even more so, just to make sure the bits are really small, and put that in, and of course give it a good mix up. That's pretty much done now, so I'm going to chop off the stalks of the parsley and chop up that parsley so it's really fine. It's technically a herb, so the smaller the bits the better, the more coverage it gets, and we'll get that in the pot. Then we want to peel and chop up the onions, so I'm going to chop up the onions till the bits are really quite small. The smaller they are, the more the flavour that you get, which of course is so much nicer in a salad, and it is raw after all. So you don't really want to be having big chunks of onion particularly. I mean, you've got, I think that's how I like it anyway. I don't think there's any set rules of how you should do anything. So give that a bloody good mix up. Once that's done, obviously wash your hands. Always good to wash your hands. Get the wild rocket in there and chop it up. So then it's time to get some of this plated up. That's the salad done. And there it is. So I'm going to first start off, I'm going to be chopping up those sun-dried tomatoes, so they're really quite small, and I'm going to put them out underneath the chopped tomatoes, so I'll put them on the plate first. So I'm going to chop up my tomatoes, and I keep saying so and it's really annoying me. Chop up the tomatoes so that they're small, because that's how nice they taste. Make sure you drip all that tomato juice off the tomatoes from the knife onto the tomatoes, and get the other one chopped up, and press that down, lovely, and there we go. Make sure you get all that juice and all of that on there, and then quarter the lime. So once that lime is quartered, we want to move on then to the avocado. So pop open the avocado, take the seed out, I give it a quick rinse off, and then I put it in the drainage pot for my chives, just because that's where it's going to go. So once those avocados are chopped and pushed onto the plate like so, doesn't matter about that bit, okay, and then we're going to sprinkle on, this is the mix here. I do make the same stuff myself, but I was lazy, so I just used the pre-mixed one. It's basically salt, onion powder, garlic powder, rosemary, and I think that's pretty much about it. And I sprinkle that all over the tomatoes with a bit of extra garlic powder, because that's how it tastes. Really delicious. Get a bit of my homemade mustard there on the side. Sprinkle over some chia seeds because they help you feel fuller, and then a few poppy seeds, and then I'm going to get some oregano and a bit of thyme and a bit of sumac, and it's a few, just whatever I've got herbs wise on the salad to make it taste nice. I'm sprinkling a bit of that bouillon. I know it's not particularly raw, but it does help a kind of salty texture when I don't really want to use any more salt, because I've got the salt that's in that herb spice mix, and I wanted a different kind of salt, something that was salty rather than actual salt on the salad. Just, you know, helps with flavour. Yeah, I mean, it may not be 100% raw, but it's pretty much vegan. Yeah, pretty much vegan, so that's all good. So then I'm going to get on a few of those nutritional yeast flakes, then drizzle on a little bit of my homemade salad dressing, which I will do a video for at some point. Yeah, just give that all a bit of a push in there with the yeast and everything, so it's not just sat on the surface. Sprinkle on a few sunflower seeds, a few pumpkin seeds, just because that's how it's nice, and then a couple of few drops of the apple cider vinegar, just because you can, basically, and it's really good for you. So no such thing as too much. So there is the salad. And yeah, as you can see here from the photo, or the photos should I say, it was absolutely bloody delicious. Please like and subscribe if you want to see any more of my videos. It's been an absolute pleasure recording my adventures in the kitchen for you guys all to watch. Yeah, I mean, if you make any of my dishes, it'd be an absolute pleasure to hear back from you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And that's basically all I've got to say for now. So take it easy, guys, keep it real, and most of all, stay healthy. Bye bye.